Hi, it's Greg Archer with MovieWeb. How are you both today?
Doing well, Greg. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for this film and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Noah, you said that you are a Jewish woman, as is Mary, but you also said you don't think you need to be of a certain religion to appreciate this. Can you talk
Right.
a little bit more about that?
Yes. I feel like in this movie really speaks to universal themes of love and sacrifice and faith. And faith comes in many forms. So I really don't think that you need to be of a certain religion to enjoy this movie. Um, I'm a Jewish woman myself. DJ here is Catholic, and no matter who watches this, we really wanted to make sure that we portray Mary in a way that people will be able to relate to on a deeply human level. It's not just about the divine challenges that she has to face, but also the very, very human ones. So I feel like this is a movie that everyone can enjoy.
Absolutely. I found it interesting that it's so much of an action thriller, and DJ, it's great how you all with the gang and everything maneuver through this. I have to do ask, what are we live in such curious times now where there's so much pushback against almost everything. So, do you have a response to the pushback of casting a Jewish woman to play a Jewish woman? I'm just curious.
No, I don't have any pushback. I think everyone's entitled to whatever their opinion may be. But when you get a movie like this, you go, please God, don't let me compromise. I want to find the right person to portray Mary because she's so important to me and so important to millions and millions of people. And just happened to find Noah in the region where Mary's from, and it was important to me. Like, there's a really unique aspect in being authentic to me that way. I felt it was important, and I don't have any pushback because I pick the best actress to play to portray Mary that I can possibly find, and we looked all over the world. So my only pushback is the movie is blessed because we have Noah, and it to me, a Jewish woman's playing a Jewish woman, and it makes perfect sense to
Thank you for saying
Right,
that.
got it.
me.
Got it.
Yeah.
Noah, can you chat about what it's like? There you are, aside, right in front of Anthony Hopkins. What was that experience like for you, being Herod here? What
Yeah.
acting things you may have learned from him? I'm just curious.
Yeah, first of all, that felt surreal just to even be in the same room with him. He's obviously a legend, and I admire his work very much. But yeah, just getting to watch him work. First of all, once he goes up on set, it's like he's a teenager again. It's like
His energy
he
is
has
crazy.
this spirit about him. He was just so special to watch, and getting to watch him actually work and do a little something different each and every take. He was not scared of being bad. He was not scared of looking stupid or not make sense. And at the end of the day, it was just fantastic.
Yeah.
And so this is something that I really took away. Like, he's just out there trying. He's just trying, and he has fun doing it. And yeah, it was just really, really inspiring for me as a younger artist to get to
Yeah,
watch
it's
that.
real interesting to see him come alive. And DJ, I love how you all just interject so much just nuance and action into all this. It's just very gripping. I have to ask, this is a film about a mother, but I understand that you wrote a script about a brother and a sister earlier this year, and Vin Diesel commented on Instagram about how his daughter was moved to tears. What movie was that?
It's a movie called it's Save the Date, and it's a relationship between a father who's sort of disconnected with his daughter, and circumstances bring them back together. And again, she has to learn to accept why he ended up leaving and what happened in his life. And it's the reconnection of a father and a daughter that were broken apart. And so Vin and his family really responded strongly to that script. That's nice of you to remember that. Just like,
So We'll Cry, basically.
yeah, yeah, you'll laugh, you'll cry, but yeah, it's just again, it was the human aspect of the story. It has action. The movie has a lot of action, but it was that human aspect of the story that really moved him.
Got it.
Mm.
And DJ, one last question for you. What did you do to avoid the like traditional um, kind of visual tropes and trappings of like a epic kind of religious movie?
Yeah, that's great. I watched a lot of films, and there's some good ones and there's some bad ones, and there's all over. But I realized that there's sort of this sand and sandals, dry brown aspect of what the biblical world had been, how it had been portrayed. And so I really wanted to kind of turn that a little bit upside down. Obviously, we shot widescreen, we shot on Hawk anamorphic lenses that were old school, and they really, really brought out the size and the scope. But even if you take a look at the costumes, and Tina did such an amazing job, there's a Japanese design in the costumes, the way that they drape and the way that they flow. So even seeing Mary, you know, you're seeing something that's familiar, but you're like, wow, that's like there's an edge or there's a coolness to that. And taking the color schemes and putting Gabriel in blue and really saying, I want this movie to pop. I want this movie to visually, like, if you're fighting over the land of milk and honey, the land of milk and honey is also rich and full of color and full of life. And so that was one of the aspects that I wanted to interject into the film. And then just from a movement standpoint, like, I didn't want donkeys and people walking slow across with donkeys. I wanted horses. There was horses back then to really get movement and elements that would allow us to, I don't know, sort of extrapolate and get into the action sequences that could make them exciting and compelling because you're anchored in the point of view of Mary throughout this whole thing.
Thank you again, both of you, so much. It's great that you brought this to life.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great to meet you. Thank you so much.
Be well.
You too.